Hello everybody, it is Ebontis, and in this video I'm going to go over all of the order silo locations, which are going to show you where the vault fragments can be. Then I'm going to show you where the vault fragments are, and then where you actually take the vault fragments, which basically it's the vault key fragments, and where you take those, complete the key, and actually open the vault. So the way the process goes, you're going to find an order silo. The order silo, once you actually activate the order silo, you're going to see these things. These are going to be, hint, there's an area, there's a vault fragment hidden somewhere nearby. Within that zone, you'll do a little bit of searching. Eventually, you'll find it. Once you have all three for one of the main three regions, like 1, 2, 3, then you're going to find one of these. There's a vault hidden somewhere in this area. Now, I know where this one is at, so we'll show you guys what that one's like. And then you'll be able to actually go inside and do the vault. Now, I will do separate videos over each of the vaults themselves and kind of like how to get through the vault and how to solo the boss, because I've been doing this whole thing solo, so I'm sure some of you guys will appreciate that. But that's the general idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to get to each order silo. Pretty simple, just from kind of a ground level perspective, something like this. I'm on the lower level of the ground, so just kind of show you the quick runaround path to be able to enter the order silo. Typically you have to enter them from the backside. So I just want to show you where those entrances are at. Also, every order silo, just so you know, opens up like this little structure here, and it's this dome. And what this will do, you'll notice it has this weird looking kind of, not a weather balloon, but it's like a little blimp that hangs up there. And what it will do, it will give you a giant zip line. And what that zip line allows you to do is fly to places that you likely would not be able to get to otherwise. So once this thing is up, and again, as long as you don't touch the direction, like you don't touch jump or anything, you can kind of figure out where you're flying to. Just kind of fly yourself all around way longer than your jetpack ever could. And the main reason you're going to want to do this is, one, you're going to want to be able to clear the vaults, because the vaults actually will unlock some permanent upgrades for your character. And two, you're going to want to be able to actually clear the vaults and get the loot that's out of there and go for fighting those bosses as well. That's multiple reasons why you're going to want to do that. And this is just a general idea of how to get to each one of them, and then where all the pieces are to unlock each of the vaults. So we're going to start down here in the Fadelands, and we will go through piece by piece, and I'll probably start you right here. So let me set up, and we'll get things going. All right, so the first order silo is going to be down here in the coastal Bonescape. So if you have the river coming in from the outside, and then you have this lake here in the middle, just east of this lake, you're going to have this kind of range of plateaus that are kind of stacked on top of each other, and you've got a little bit of a low-lying area here where I'm at. And you'll notice I have to go to the left, and then I have to loop my way around to get there. So if I'm facing up there, you're going to see my little line that I draw has me go a little bit off here to the side. So we're going to go over this direction. And I'm just going to do the 3 order silos, not specific to like which order silo gives you which vault fragment, because that isn't kind of completely necessary, and typically you'll just find the order silos as you go. But if you need to know which one's which, I'll let you know. So trying to skip these guys if I can. Love this grenade, it's kind of awesome. There we go. And just as you work around the backside, you might even have another one. And here is your order silo. So this is just the entrance. So nothing too crazy. Just loop around the back. And then once you've got this one activated, you'll be good to go. And your giant balloon will pop out right there. So that is your first one. This is the order silo called the Stockroom. And again, this one is in coastal Bonescape. The second order silo is going to be the Kit Hole. Now, the Kit Hole is in the Howl, and if you're looking for kind of a point of reference, you've got the launch pad. Down from the launch pad, you're basically going to be going west, northwest, over here to the Kit Hole. Pretty simple. You're just literally going to drive up the road that leaves the launch pad to kind of the northwest, and then at the T-junction, take a left turn, and you're eventually going to come down this road and see the structure. Pretty simple. You're just going to need to loop around the backside. So if you kind of know where you're going, or at least if you get here, you've got this little actual jump in the road. Take a run around the back. You might have a few enemies for you. No big deal if you do. Grab around here. And again, I know these are pretty simple instructions. I'm just trying to make this video as foolproof as possible, so that's why the timestamps are there. And you can see maybe where the vault fragments are or the vault doors are if those are the part that you're struggling with. So as I said, got a few people here hanging out. My grenade is pretty potent at the moment, so I appreciate that. Really? Alright, let's just do this a fun way. Alright, I think that's everybody. But here is your order silo entrance. Walk on in. Your capture point's going to be right here. You got your vending machines. And that is the kit hole, number 2. Let's head over to number 3 for the Fadelands, which is the forest area. The final order silo for the southern kind of Fadelands green foresty region is Deep 7. This one is, as you can see, eastern side of the whole green region. And if you're looking for just like roads to follow, as you cross over, you're going to stay north. And then at the fork in the road that would actually take you up into the mountainous snowy region, that's where I'm actually going to be standing. So right in here between this structure and this structure here. And as you can see, we have a pretty sizable loop around to actually get to this one. So this is going to be a little more worthwhile walk through as we go. So if you're at the big fork in the road, kind of the big triangle, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys where the line takes me. We're going to head over this direction. And as you go, I've cleared out all the enemies. I had different sets of enemies to work through in here, so just know that you're probably not going to be able to do this without fighting something, unless you just cleared this out. Grapple up top. Then as you work your way around this corner, you might actually have some of these guys up here, so just be careful about those.
Express delivery for Corpse Magoo!
Yeah, that grenade is still ridiculous, so never mind it. And once you get up high enough, you'll have your big grate that you can climb up. This will kind of get you to the second area. Hopefully they'll leave me alone now. I'm died. All right, so working your way through all the way through here. This is Motherbird node. I don't even know if you get here for any quests specifically, but I had some enemies as I passed through here. And instead of going over here to the right where the gold pipes are, and I think there's some enemies over here, keep going here into kind of the shaded covered area. We're going to hop the ledge and head to the order silo. Now, I thought I killed everybody last time, but we still have a straggler here.
This is a for real present, I swear.
Oh, he's good. Backside of the order silo has shown up. And again, once you capture this one, your big old weather balloon thing is going to pop up over there, and you can use that for zipline purposes if you want to. So that is all 3 order silos for the Fadelands. Now I'm going to go through and do the vault fragments, and then the vaults, and then we'll like do the whole Fadelands from order silos to the vault door. Then we'll go to the next region. So again, timestamps are on the video. Jump to whatever section you feel like you need. If you're just working on order silos, you can jump ahead, look for the timestamps for those, but they're done in that order. So now to the vault fragments. For these vault fragments, I've actually picked them up already, but I still will show you specifically exactly where they sit. For the other ones, I'll show you where the regions are going to look like, so we'll be able to kind of do that a bit more together so I can show you where they're at. But first one, from the launch pad, you're going to head east to the fork in the road, and then you're going to take a left at the fork in the road, and then when you get into this kind of weird little mountainous kind of structure of a couple layered things, I will show you where it's at. So, facing the launch pad this direction from kind of the southern area of the launch pad, we're going to go to the right. And then at the first turn on the road, we're going to take a nice quick left. And it's in these little structures over here on the right-hand side. So you'll see they're kind of set up in layers. As you work your way around, when you get to about here, I'm trying to wait for my little guy to get refreshed. Yeah, when you get to about this edge, right by your actual like respawn point, head over here towards this wall. You'll see kind of big gaping cavern over there. That's kind of actually where we're going. You just have to go around a little bit to get there. Apparently I gotta be a little far enough to use this thing. And if you can find that grapple point, you'll be able to get in here pretty quick. Otherwise, you can come over here to the stairs if you go a little bit too far. But once you get up to this level, one way or the other, you're looking for this big overhang right here. And you'll know you've kind of found the right cave overhead structure. One, because you can actually walk in it. There's so many caves that are just like black doors and you can't do anything. But your vault fragment will be floating right here in front of you. That is vault fragment number 1. Next place we're going to travel down to is way back to the starting point. So you're going to go to the abandoned post. So head down there. So from the abandoned post safe house, you can tell we are way down here in the bottom left-hand corner of the whole Fade Fields area. near basically the starting zone. We're going to go all the way out to the shoreline. So however you get to the shoreline, you don't even have to make this one. Just follow to like shoreline and go all the way around. Pretty simple however you want to get there. It's up to you where you end up landing if you can avoid some of these enemies. I'm going to try. But if you want the direct route, follow along. Not too bad. Couple animals as you go through, pretty much all flesh creatures. And then you can skip a little bit of going around if you jump through here. I cleared out all the enemies, but I keep running into enemies when I'm out here, so hopefully they're going to despawn for a minute. Once you get here, you're going to find the tall structure with the little windmill on the front. You're going to go underneath the dock. Come over here, you're going to find the grill, grab a little bit of ammo. You're going to hop over the ledge to the back side of the dock. And on this box that says 32, your vault fragment, your vault key fragment, whatever you want to call them, will be sitting right there. So that is 2 out of 3. For the final vault fragment, we're going to go from Someday Rise as your kind of starting position. So fast travel there if you need to. And then from here, we're going to go pretty much due east. There's a propaganda speaker nearby, and we're actually going kind of underneath in a little spot down below. So from Someday Rise, if you kind of come out to the grassy knoll out here, you actually had the data pad over there, and you'll kind of be like your vending machines are down in there. Looking out this direction, you've got the big long bridge. We're just going to head straight out this way. You can go a little more on the inside if you want to, but easiest thing to follow is just the road. So we're going to go ahead and jump down. Try not to get too beat up on the way down. And then just go straight out this way and follow this one for just a little bit. So we're going to go across this road. Then if you want to know which direction, then when you get to the fork in the road, take the dirt path. And then as we get closer, you'll kind of realize you may have been through here. I had already seen this place at some point, Rosemary's Reserve. There is a propaganda speaker here. If you've not taken it out yet, that could be something you might want to do. And then when you get close enough to, this is where the propaganda speaker's at. And if you're going to hop on top of this hay bale, you're going to see a little grate that you can pull off with your grapple hook. If you go underneath, your vault fragment will be down in here, and I'm pretty sure it's just sitting right over here on these two bodies. There's also a bobblehead over here if you want to flick that for a little quick XP. But this should be the big giant arrow will, I think, pretty sure be pointing to it, and it should be right over here on the corner. If not, I'm 99% sure it's right around here somewhere. As you can tell, this pretty much appears to be it. So I haven't quite checked back to the footage, but if memory serves, it is right over in this region. Should be hard to miss once you're this far in, and that is all 3 vault key fragments for the Fade Fields. So once you have all 3 vault fragments for the Fade Fields, the actual vault door is going to give you the big proximity to search in. As you can see, your size of search radius is going to be bigger. The little vault fragments are smaller. The vault door is noticeably larger. I know where this one's at, so I'm going to show you guys. So from where I am, I'm down here at the Wyclef's Reprieve for a fast travel point. So if you want to look for that safe house, that's a good one to travel to. And from here, what we're going to do is go just almost like as you come straight out of Wyclef's Reprieve, you're almost going straight out the door all the way. Because we're going on top of this rock structure. But as you can see, it can be a little spicy in how to get to it. You've got to kind of go up and around and through this structure over here. Don't even worry about that detour. Sometimes the GPS is a bit drunk. But if you'll follow this road around and then we'll take a left under through this area, I'll show you guys how to get here. So from here, where I'm standing on the road, and you can see the vault door is detected as I'm in the search radius. We're going to head to the right and just follow the road straight. The detour gets a little goofy. Normally, I would stop for the Purple Dome fight, but we're going to skip that one. Yeah, it thinks you want to go in there, but no, you don't. So follow this all the way around. Now that we're kind of back on track, should be pretty simple. I don't know why it wants me to go in there. Yeah, my line does not want to go all that far. There we go. So follow it up here, and you know you're in the right place when you see these like sewer pipes with kind of the greenery blowing out of them, and then you got to go just a couple levels up. So from here, just hang to the left on this side. And once you get to about here, you're going to go up another level, excuse me, and then you're going to start scaling the rocks. However you want to do it, it's not too much of a challenge. Just kind of pick the path that works for you. wherever your jumps are going to work, and you're going to see that vault door detector is kind of freaking out. It's got closer and closer and closer, and as you get up here, you're going to see, one, we're at our right point, but two, the Arc of Inceptus will actually show up. So we're going to go ahead and insert the key fragments. And that is going to allow us to build this door. And this will be the vault for the Fade Fields. So Echo 4 puts the fragments together, the vault gets built, and then you'll be able to go inside and fight everything that you need to in there. I will do a separate video for each of these vaults and kind of how to solo them and how to fight the boss, just in case you're struggling with that. I feel like some people may enjoy that one. If you want to see those types of videos, definitely comment, and that'll kind of help make sure I do those things.
For the betterment of myself and others.
So, Vault for the Fade Fields should be fully unlocked at this point. Now we're going to go to Terminus Ridge, the snowy mountain area, and we're going to do that one next. Alright, now let's do Terminus Ridge, start to finish. 3 order silos, 3 vault fragments, and then of course the vault itself. So, for the first one, we're going to be in the southern part of Terminus Ridge. We are down here in the Cuspid climb. Now, I'm going to say from the Grey Havenage, you're going to want to just go east. This is where the big lift elevator was, actually kind of right in this structure right here. But from Grey Havenage, you're going to notice you're just going to go east for a while once you get out of there. And you're going to cross over one bridge, and then I'm actually on the second one. So from here is where I'm going to show you how to work your way all around this kind of structure and all the way up to the top. You can get to the order silo. So this is the bridge that I'm crossing over, number 2. Got our little scan. I do have my scans on short right now. It seems to be just letting me kind of ping it a little bit faster, so hopefully that works out. If you want to try short instead of a long, that might actually work better for you as well. Seems to be a little bit different, so you can follow where I'm going. You're going to go down into Hollow Home. Obviously, you're going to want to avoid some of this stuff. And then from here, you'll notice that I've got some chaos going on. So, well, if you have enemies in here, all you're trying to do is just get out of the way of everything. And then just keep climbing. Hopefully I don't take too much damage on the way up. There we go. So now that I'm up here, same thing. You're just trying to go vertical because you have a long ways to go up here. So avoid the enemies if they're here. If you need to fight through them, you can definitely do that too. It is up to you. Just enough length on the grapple hook to be able to get up here. And keep working your way up. Not too bad once you get to the top. But it is just like a big, long workaround, so it just takes a little while to go through the entire sequence of events. Same thing, keep working forward. We're actually not too far at this point. Doing that little dash jump, and we're coming up on the back entrance of the order silo. So again, this is the Reliquary, southern, section of Terminus Ridge. This is Cuspid, the Cuspid area, and then once you come in here, your capture station is going to be right here in front of you at the outset. And that's your big, weather balloon zipline contraption thing over there. So, Reliquary down here. Again, my advice, come from the Grey Havenage, go east, cross over both bridges, loop around like I showed you. And then when you're going to kind of get close to this region, you might have a question mark over here. But if you just click somewhere up on this ridge, you'll notice, like, if I go down below, it was just having me hop. But if you just click somewhere up in this region up here, after all these little white structures down here, this part's just kind of a run across, and if you click up here from, say, down here on the bridge, it should wrap you around to be able to get up here so you've got something to follow. So, Reliquary, check. On to our next one. So the next order silo is Covered Charge. This one is going to be pretty close to Belton's Bore, but your trip from Belton's Bore is kind of a big loop around. So if you go from Belton's Bore, you're going to need to go like northwest and then get to the road, turn south, head down here to about where I am at this big crossroads. Kind of hard to miss once I show it to you. Once you get to about here, you actually still have to do a decent loop around to get vertical enough to be able to get into the backside of Covered Charge for the order silo. Now, that's where the weather balloon will pop out from, but as you guys can see, here's the big structure I was talking about that you would actually like kind of visibly spot as the bridge. And then from where I am, what you're going to want to do is cross over here. We'll get on our bike so we can go a little bit faster. And you're going to kind of travel up this right side so you can get up high enough, and then we're actually going to go across. Now I have my little trigger on short, but it actually seems to be working better. I had some people in the comments say that they liked it more. So again, you might want the turn thing to stay longer. You might want to ping it more frequently. But once you get up here, now you got to go for a couple jumps. So up here, you're going to see that you're going to jump across. Get as close as you can, and then hold your hover. And just get close enough up here. Same thing. once you're actually up here, you should be good to go. So it's not overly difficult. It's just one of those that's a little elusive if you don't know where to start going. I figured I'd show you this one, and then once you're up here, your weather balloon will pop out once you've got it captured right here at the terminal. That's 2 order silos, 1 more to go. So the final order silo in the Terminus Ridge is going to be called Deathright, and it is pretty far north, actually. So in Terminus Ridge, you're about as north in the area as you can get. You've got this big kind of Y-shaped structure over here with the big section in the middle and the big L-shaped structure on the left, and you're kind of splitting the difference. But if you zoom in on the map, you'll notice the Deathright order silo is actually where the balloon pops up. The capture zone is way back here, so it's quite a bit different. So my advice is if you're coming from, say, the Nightcap for a safe house, you're going to go pretty much due west across the road, and you're eventually going to get to about where I am now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you kind of the path around the backside of the jumping and the travel to get actually to where the order silo capture point is, and then you'll be able to see the weather balloon section down below. So where I'm standing right now, you guys can see over here, if I'm facing east, is this big structure. If I turn to the west, you kind of see, what is it? Yeah, over here to the west, you'll see this big pointy mountain up here, and there's going to be some stuff over here. This wouldn't be open until you actually capture it, but that's kind of okay because that's still where we're going to go. So you'll see the big kind of busted engines down here, big giant mountain range here. So if you get to anywhere in this region, you know you're doing pretty good. So from here, if you see the big cross beam up there, and you can see the 2 giant mountains, and you can sit on this road where I'm at, kind of at this little fork in the road here, but heading north instead. We're going to follow, and we're going to go over this direction. So following the line, we're going to go through here. That's where the actual capture point is up there. And we just got to follow this way to the back. Try to avoid the purple dome area, even though that's something I really would probably enjoy fighting at the moment. Vehicle is on cooldown for some reason, and we're still going to be going back through here. Now, at this point, you'll notice it's actually telling me to go down and then across. So this is where you're going to need to start doing a little bit of elevation climb. If I can avoid him, I will try. So as you can see, coming through this little like kind of glacier snow-covered area, and you'll start to see these structures here, which you can actually climb up. Trying to avoid. Come here. There you go. Start climbing this thing, and we'll go around the back entrance. Why can I not? Okay, no idea why that climbing on that one's pretty funky, but it is. Same thing as before, we're just trying to get elevated enough so we can hop across where we need to go. So from here, you're like, am I making it over there? You actually will. As long as nobody hits you, so you might make sure enemies are cleared before you go for your jump try. But all you're doing is go for a 1 jump, another jump, and then hold your glide the whole way across. This will let you make it across. And then again, we're going to be climbing up. Once you get to the top, just keep ascending as high as you can basically go the whole way. Same thing, try and really space your jumps out to let yourself travel a bit through the air. Get a nice clamber up there. And we're pretty much near the top. As long as I can avoid too much of a delay with the enemies, that'd be great. Dude does not want to go down. I'll just let that be there and see if it gets anybody or not. But here is the back entrance. And we have arrived. This will be your capture point. And then way out there is actually going to be the order silo kind of weather balloon thing. But you'll notice the fast travel station is up here where I'm at. So they're not as close as some of the other ones are. They're probably one of the ones that's a bit more separated. But again, for your northern region, coming from the Nightcap, go west. When you get to this like glacier area, as you can kind of see, it's like my path to get down here. It's, you know, way around the backside back here. And then kind of work my way down around to about this fork in the road. And if you get to this fork in the road, working your way around, you'll eventually be able to get all the way back up there. So that is your 3 order silos. Now let's go find our fragments. All right, so for the first vault fragment in the Terminus region, we're going to be down here in the southern region, and you're actually going to use the Reliquary order silos kind of launching pad to travel from. So if you fast travel to the Reliquary, you'll be where I am, and then we're going to go from the launching pad, and then we're going to go to the Vault Fragment itself. So from here in the Reliquary, easiest thing I noticed is you can just kind of float across this mountain over here, kind of space your floats out. I don't even have the upgrades to the floats yet. I think that comes from finishing the vault, so that is something I highly recommend doing. And then once you get to about here, we're going to float over there. And then you're actually able to launch up the zip line and get to that area, which I'm not sure you could really get to otherwise, at least early on. This is one of the first kind of major uses for the zip line. Gonna take this thing up and just turn. You just want to kind of hold the direction and then start floating this way. So don't hit space, don't really try and control anything, just kind of turn the direction of your glide, and we're gonna land here. Now, I am going to take care of the purple enemy in here, and then I will just cut forward, because I'm here, I may as well fight this thing, but yeah, we're going to go into this cave, and I'll show you where the Vault Fragment is in just a little second. Purple enemy is down, and from here, we're just going to head forward into this cave after you've landed up here. It was Horus, kind of the flying guy, if you've seen him. Not really too difficult. At this point, most things are pretty manageable. And as you proceed forward, you're going to just kind of hop up in the back of the cave. You've got some of these actual vault, kind of, I don't know if they're wall implants, something exploded over here, but they're these like orbs with these golden lines to them. And as usual, we'll find the Vault Fragment right here on the ground.
First step, study it. Second
So that
step,
is the Vault
unlock
Fragment
secrets.
for
Third step,
the southern section down here. Now let's go north and get to the next ones. For the next Vault Fragment, we are going to go to the north side of Terminus Ridge, but we're going to be in the eastern one first, and I would recommend going to the Nightcap Safe House. You can see here is the actual Vault Fragment location. We're going to head down this road and then actually head in the building, as you can see over there, to get inside. So from your spawning point from the Nightcap, I would recommend just jumping straight out here. Pretty easy to get to from here. And if we follow our wonderful little white line, I don't know why it says go in there, because it's not going to work in there unless there's some path I don't know about, because for me, it worked a lot better just to go over here to this door, up in here, and then it's sitting by one of the computer terminals. Pretty hard to miss once you're in here. Unless there's a way to get through this big glass wall over here, going down the tunnel didn't really work. But here is Vault Fragment number 2.
you know what? I
And
hypothesized that I
one more
might
to
find
go.
some-
For the final Vault Fragment inside of Terminus Ridge, we're in the northwestern section of Terminus Ridge, so over here in the upper area, and I'm coming from the Snowy Wells Safe House. So from here, we're going to head over this direction, float down, hop down, however you want to get down here, get to the lower level, and you'll start to see the Vault Fragment being detected. What you want to do is kind of head over here, and you're looking just to get some elevation where you can. Not a big deal how you do it. Now, once you get to about here, you might be tempted to go in the pit, which is like a multi-level bar looking situation, and you're going to be able to get really close, but not quite there. So if you come here to the pit, and if you look to the right, you're going to see a little kind of busted structure, and I was actually able to hop up it. I don't know if this is how you're really supposed to get across, but it did actually work for me. So come up here. I was able to hop up on this rock, up here, and up this way. And then here you've actually got a grapple point that will pull you all the way up. And your Vault Fragment's going to be sitting right here, actually inside of this rock. So that is Vault Fragment number 3
Three
for
vault fragments means
Terminus
I'm
Ridge.
vault hunting,
Which
baby.
means now we're going to go find the vault, so let's do that. For Terminus Ridge, now we're going for the vault door, and man, this one was a hard one to find. I did circles around this area trying to find the right way to get there. So, my recommendation, go to Heritage Opus for your fast travel zone. We're going to go basically off to the east, follow this road up, and then we're going to kind of get to a point where we jump across, and if you're trying, it looks like you can get to it in like 6 other ways, especially like the GPS to try and get up here takes you every which direction possible, but it's not really helpful. You got to go right across this little area. So we're going to start from the top of Heritage Opus. As you guys can see here, I'm just literally at the spawn point. We're going to hop all the way down and then get on the road on our bike. There we go. And then as you follow the road along, not actually too bad to get over where we're going. Thankfully, I will tell you I struggled on this one a lot until I actually tracked it down. Even knowing where the thing was at was hard to get to. So you get to this point, you'll have the kind of rise in the road up here to kind of its peak. This is where you're going to want to kind of take a stop and jump off. You'll see what looks like a broken trail here you're going to want to float across. And once you get here, not too bad to just run inside. But the GPS tracking to get here is any direction but what I'm showing you, I swear. Yeah, once you get to about here, it's not too bad to float your way inside, and the door will be right here. So we'll get this one open, and then we'll head to Carcadia Burn for the third one. So we got to finish this one up. And as you can see, here's our vault structure. Key will be entered by Echo 4. And the vault will indeed get created. So that is how that's your, again, order silos, vault fragments to the actual vault opening for Terminus Ridge, your snowy mountain zone. Again, I will do separate videos on guides for whether it's just the vault itself or actually just the boss in the vault, as in whatever might feel the best for the video. Let me know in the comments below what you want to see. But again, those are actually pretty cool animations. And 2 down, 1 to go. Time for the final set here in Carcadia Burn. First, we're going to start with the 3 order silos. And then, of course, we'll do vault fragments and finally the vault itself. So, for the first one, I'm going to give you a point of reference for the order silo. I'm going to drive from the makeshift chalet. Pretty easy drive straight north. And it is going to tell you that you can, like, go underneath in the tunnels. But honestly, my advice is just stay on the road. Go up top and avoid the kind of under area, and you can just kind of drop in from the top, and I'll show you what I mean. So, from the makeshift chalet, I come out here to the road. Of course, I probably had the worst exit possible. Once you're out here on the road, all you gotta do, follow the road. It's really simple. This one's pretty cake. Once you're on the road, boost along, get you a little speed. And it's weird. It's like the directions, kind of their intention is for you to go subterranean, which is where the line might actually have you go, but it's just way easier to stay on the upper level, go around the top, and not even worry about any of that. So the order silo is actually there where my cursor is at. Some guidance may actually take you down below, and there's a tunnel down there. You can totally go through there, fight some stuff, grapple all the way up. I just did that to test it. But for me, the easier method, which seems to be kind of like a why not situation, come up here to the top, jump off your Sparrow, sorry, Digirunner, wrong game, those who know, fall down here, and then just catch your fall, and you're done. So that is how to get to the order silo, and that one is for Rustic Hurl. It'll be one of your 3 order silos to get your vault fragments. On to the next. So the second order silo is kind of in the western middle section. You're going to be in the Tonnage peel. And if you start here at the low rise, fast travel up here is kind of nice to save you the big loop around. We're going to go pretty much due west, and then kind of our final split in the road, we're going to go north. So best thing I can advise is kind of come out here to the ledge and then make the jump across. That way you know you're kind of still on this upper level. If you got any leftover stragglers, they will go down pretty quick. Then at least this way you know you can get to the road. From here, we're going to go ahead and take a nice little sprint down this way. Quick drive. And again, as you go through, we're just going all the way down, final fork in the road, and then we're going to take a nice little split. Should be right about here. Yep. So if you see that structure with like those 3 spikes coming out, you got to turn to the right, kind of go down the wall. You're going to drive through Camp Spine Squatch. That's a fun name and a half. And your order silo is actually right here. If you just kind of keep going down here to the end, you'll be in the right place. It's a little under attack right now, but this is where you need to be. So this is called Sight Unseen. And this is the one that's way up here in the top corner. So easiest way is low rise, drive it west all the way over here into the corner, and you're up here, or at least Carcadia Burn, pretty far west as you can go in this section while you're still in Tonnage Peel. So that's 2. Final order silo is Judgment's Lapse. This is up here in the ruined Sumplands, basically before you get over here to the crater. And if you come from Carcadia Burn, you know the city's big, takes a little bit to get out of it. So you got to go out of the city. Then once you cross that, we're going to go north and then just a little bit northeast, not too hard. So for the moment, just to get out of here, just go due west pretty consistently for a little bit. There we go. Not too bad getting out of here, just it is a pretty big town. And then if you can draw your line, you should be able to figure out when you actually need to go north. And it's right here when you cross the bridge, really. You got this little whip in the GPS line. Make a quick turn. Excuse me. And then we're going to go north. Don't miss your jump. It's going to be a faster trip if that's the way it goes. Come on.
Gotta change directions.
Alright, so from here, keep driving. Really wish the mini-map had a little bit of the map on it. That would be nice. You can actually just drop straight down here. Nice thing about pretty much a true lack of fall damage. Work your way through all this rubble. Kind of a mess. We're getting about to the point where you're going to... Well, I guess you can still drive it. I thought you had to jump it. Yeah, you might be a little brave to jump this one, but, you know, if you got a boost. Hopefully this isn't a mistake. There we go. And then once you're here, you just need to loop around and actually get up to the top. So up here, this will get you the verticality that you need. And while avoiding that crazy fight down there, this is your order silo right here. Judgment's Lapse, and you're inside, should be pretty safe. Get this one captured, and now we're going to go after the 3 vault fragments from here. So that's 1, 2, 3 order silos for Carcadia Burn. So the first vault fragment is going to be down here. We're going to use the one by Makeshift Chalet down here in Lopside. And this one's really close to the chalet. That's very much a reason why I would say to do it. So we're literally going to go south just a bit, and then we're going to jump on top of a building. It's going to be waiting for us. So it is probably one of the easiest ones to get. So Makeshift Chalet exiting down here from this exit. Get on the road, and then it's this building right in front of you. It's probably the easiest one of all 9 of these. You're going to grapple right here, and Vault Fragment will be sitting right up here on the table. Doesn't get much easier than that. That's 1 of 3. So our next Vault Fragment is going to be north of the Makeshift Chalet. We're going to be in Tonnage Peel. So your fast travel point you could either do this, honestly, from the low rise, or you could do it right here from Sight Unseen where I'm doing it. But what you're looking to try and get to is where the hint area is at. If you can just go straight to the icon, you're actually going to be in a pretty good spot. So we're going to go straight there, and then I'll show you how to get here, because it's actually in a weird subterranean area. Like if you actually try and put your marker right here, you're going to be pulling your hair out trying to get below ground. So I'm going to show you from this side, and there's a couple different angles you can get to it from, but I'll show you from here. So from here, we're going to have to go through the camp and then out to the road. I cleared out all the enemies. If you're just warping here for the first time in a while, it's probably going to be a little crazy. So either way you get out of here, it's up to you. Just, you know, kind of jump the walls. Probably a better version of getting out of there than what I'm doing. But again, take the path out the front door, as you probably will have to with enemies. Then we'll drive over this direction. And it's not overly too far. You're going to see these big arching kind of spires and stuff.
There goes the paint job.
And when you get to this point, this is where you want to actually follow the road. So you want to go to the left, like not in the middle where you'd think you might want to go. You're going to go over here to the left-hand side. And hop off. There's going to be this little sphere-shaped thing. Jump up on it. And then if you jump up here, you'll get kind of a quick way in. You'll have plenty of enemies in here. Some creeper, kind of crawly guys. And when you get to this point, it's really easy to miss it because it's right here. So you can actually pull the grate off from, I guess, a jumped angle, maybe? Oh, or it just finally fell down. Then we're going to fall down here. Do this one together. Come around the corner. And here is your fancy Vault Fragment. So, that is the Vault Fragment. It's in the wreck of the Last Hope, but that is your second one. And again, you can either come from Sight Unseen or the low rise. This is all happening in the Tonnage Peel. That's kind of the quickest way I've found for you to get subterranean. All right, one more to go. The final fragment of this entire video is going to be up here in the northern section. We are in the ruined Sumplands. And if you come from the Judgment's Lapse order silo, you're actually going to have a pretty easy run to this thing. So Vault Fragment is truly just like right around this corner. I feel like I bumped into it, but some reason it's not showing up. But this should be close enough. You're looking for something literally this bridge that would go north to this upper section, just a bit southwest of that bridge, and you should still be pretty good. So we're going to go there. From here, again, just head to the little like actual icon and then just south northwest from there. Now, for whatever reason, I was actually going to use the little zip line from the big space balloon thing. It's broken for me. I do not know why, and it's just not showing up. So when you come down here, normally I'd be like, okay, take the zip line and float over. There's nothing to grapple on. So let me know in the comments if yours are actually working or not, because that might be a very weird bug for an order silo, but probably not too detrimental, but it is just a weird one not to have it working. Would be great if I could drive. I'm drunk at the wheel. Not really. All right, so you're going to come up here. Follow our little line, and before you get to the bridge, once you see anything that looks like it might be heading across, head down here towards the lake. And then once you get down here, it's pretty hard to miss. You start to see the little gold spheres on the ground. The little vault key is going to scream at you, and it's right over here in the corner. So this is our last vault key fragment, and from here we're going to open the last vault for this video. Final one is going to be our vault for the Carcadia burn region, and it's pretty much smack dab in the middle. Region wise, this thing's technically in the Grindstone of the Worthy, but where the little icon's at for the hidden area is pretty close to where it is, so you'll actually want to drive pretty close to it. I am currently in the Rustic Hurl, which is a wonderful name, but I'm in the kind of the fast travel station over here for the order silo, and I'm just going to jump out and turn to, I would say turn to the right. But what I'm actually going to do, hopefully this one's working for me, and I'm going to grapple, take this thing up, and then where I'm trying to get would be over there, but we're just going to go around, so I'm just going to float a little bit just to get over that ridge. Now we're up here on this road. Up here should be pretty easy. Just follow around the corner, cross your bridge. And then as we go down, you're going to start seeing that you're going to get a little bit closer here. Get another ping. I turned it on short if you're wondering why mine's showing up more often. Seems like I can actually ping it more frequently. But you'll notice kind of right here. So it really isn't too bad. So from your actual like fast travel point, you just need to get up to the road. Remember, it's like the order silo is going to kick you going this way. If you take the little vault launcher up in the air, you'll be able to get your elevation from up here. Then just take the loop around the kind of road over here, make those couple jumps I did, and then you're going to end up right here, pretty much right next to it. You're going to see these cars, you're going to be able to see these two spires over here that are on fire, and then as we get closer, you'll notice this will come into the ground, and you'll see kind of what looks like the busted arch. Everything will line up, and that is vault number 3. If you all enjoy the video, please drop a like below, leave a comment if there's anything I may have missed, forgotten, or otherwise in here, any pointers perhaps. Let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see next from me as well. Probably going to do a solo guide through each one of these vaults as an idea. Farming stuff, if I get distracted by that, might happen as well, but I will do at least a solo run through of all these vaults, and then maybe some bosses to farm and stuff as well. I know there's plenty of like boss farms and build guides out there, so try to make some different content for you guys. Let me know what you'd like to see next. Again, follow, like, subscribe, support the channel however you like, but even just coming here and watching, thank you guys, and I hope to see you in the next one.